In 51 BCE, a teenage girl rises to power. She is just 18 years old, Cleopatra Philopator, born into a family of rulers known for betrayal, injustice, and violence. Her co-ruler, her young brother Ptolemy XIII, he was just 10 years old. The Ptolemaic dynasty, descendants of Alexander the Great Cyril, had ruled Egypt for 300 years. But they were Greek, not Egyptian. They didn't even speak the local language, but Cleopatra did. She was the first in her family to learn Egyptian. She spoke 9 languages, read philosophy, studied astronomy, and governed with intent. At a time when queens were expected to sit in shadows, Cleopatra stood in sunlight. She made herself known to her people. She was not a puppet, she was the power. But it was not easy. A civil war broke out between her and her brother's advisors. She was exiled, stripped of her crown, and hunted. But Cleopatra did not hide. She plotted, and in 48 BCE, she made her dramatic return. She went to Alexandria inside a rolled up carpet and revealed to Julius Caesar himself. A moment of legend, but the truth, she didn't seduce her way to power. She negotiated it on her own terms. And with the support of Caesar, Cleopatra reclaimed her throne. But not as a Roman puppet. She restored order in Egypt, revived its economy, and made Alexandria the center of learning and knowledge in the Mediterranean world. She expanded agriculture using Nile flood cycles and science. She reformed taxes to ease burdens on farmers. She stabilized the currency. Trade with India and Africa flourished under her leadership. Cleopatra turned Egypt into a thriving, autonomous kingdom. She gave birth to Caesar's son, Caesarion, and ruled alone after Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE. The world expected her to fall, but she stood tall. Then came Mark Antony, and once again, Cleopatra did what Rome never expected. She formed an alliance with Antony and secured military protection, economic deals, and mutual political gain. While working together through plans, battles, and shared visions, they fell in love. They had 3 children together, lived between Alexandria and Antioch, celebrated ancient Egyptian customs, even declared themselves god of the sun and moon. But their love was a threat to Rome, and their power became the challenge for Rome. In 31 BCE, the winds changed. Octavian, Caesar's heir, launched a propaganda war, painting Cleopatra as a foreign threat, a witch, a manipulator. Rome didn't fear her beauty, it feared her brilliance. At the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra and Antony were defeated, their forces scattered while their fate sealed. In 30 BCE, they returned to Alexandria. They were surrounded, and they were alone. Cleopatra went to her royal mausoleum, a towering structure she had secretly constructed in advance. Some say it stood near the temple of Isis, overlooking the sea. She filled it with treasure, gold, scrolls, statues, art, intended to accompany her into the afterlife. And she locked herself inside, waiting. But then, a cruel twist of fate. Mark Antony, cut off from her, received a false report that Cleopatra had already taken her life inside the tomb. Devastated and unwilling to live without her, Antony fell on his own sword. If you have made it this far, take a pause, like the video, and consider subscribing to the channel so that you won't miss out any content. Still breathing, bleeding, and broken, he was carried at his request to her mausoleum. As Cleopatra looked down from a window, he was hoisted up by ropes and died in her arms. After his death, Cleopatra knew what came next. She would not be paraded through Rome in chains. She would not be a trophy. According to ancient writers, Cleopatra bathed. She dressed in her royal robes. She lay upon a golden couch, and then she died. How exactly? That remains a mystery. The most popular tale is that she used an asp, a venomous snake, smuggled into the tomb in a basket of figs. Others believe it was a poison needle hidden in a hairpin. But what matters the most isn't how she died, it was what she left behind. For centuries, the location of Cleopatra's tomb was lost. Many believed it was destroyed, looted, or swallowed by the sea when earthquakes and tsunamis ravaged ancient Alexandria. But in 2006, a woman reignited the quest, Kathleen Martinez, a criminal lawyer turned into archaeologist from a Dominican Republic. She suggested Cleopatra would not have chosen to be buried in a Roman-style tomb. She would have chosen something Egyptian, something sacred. She would have chosen Taposiris Magna, a temple dedicated to Osiris, consort of Isis, the goddess Cleopatra modeled herself after. Over 15 years of digging, Martinez uncovered burial shafts coined with Cleopatra's face, royal mummies, and in 2022, a massive underground tunnel carved through solid limestone. But a part of tunnel was flooded, collapsed. The tomb, if it lies there, remains just out of reach, but not forever. And my thoughts to all women watching this right now: don't let the world shrink your story. Be brilliant, be bold, speak loud, lead even if you are underestimated. Because just like Cleopatra, your power isn't in how the world sees you, it's in how you see yourself. Pursue your dreams, own your strength, and never apologize for being extraordinary. Cleopatra's legacy was twisted for centuries by her enemies. Roman historians reduced her to a mistress, but now the world is seeing her clearly at last. She was a queen who ruled without apology, a woman who led a nation in a world of men, who spoke 9 languages, who built empires, and who stared down the Roman war machine and made it sweat. She was not just the last pharaoh, she was the first of her kind. Cleopatra didn't just rule Egypt, she ruled her story. And so can you. If you like this video, then I would request you to check out our other videos as well. The link is in description.